Nkosi, forgive me, I've got to go today.
This program is an attempt to accelerate the training and qualification of women coaches so that ultimately the 144 successful teams must have women coaches and the 14 Hollywood Best Super League teams. And I'm very happy to see these young women enthusiastic, full of energy, full of excitement as they embark on their career as coaches.
Women are different species. They understand themselves better, and even though we try to understand them, but it's better if they are coached by other women, and it's better if they have their own interactions, because some of the things we may not understand, but they understand. So that one is a big challenge. I think this course is going to address that one.
I think it's an important initiation from Cosafa, which we are also thankful for, to give chances for women's football and women's coaches. As you know, with the new CAF women's football regulation, we are requiring every women club coach to have a C or a CAF license at least to coach women's clubs.
They've had very good defenders, making it very easy for the goalkeeper. Hence, for the selectors now to choose a goalkeeper of a tournament will be another nightmare of a task. When a goalkeeper hasn't seen much action, do we say that that goalkeeper is the best keeper of the tournament? I don't know. 21 Tumbare, Egi. Throw in. Possession turned over in favor of Rhinos. 38 is the number of goals scored in the tournament. 6 is the number of clean sheets kept in the tournament. 2 hat-tricks being scored in the tournament. Sundowns have the 2 players who have scored a hat-trick in their firing line. Melinda Khariete and Siwem Goy. 3 goals, Lilona Dawete, Lesiho, Radia Kanyo. Precious Mudiwa. Veronica Mokhorotsi, Laone, Bonang Otlachile, match with 20 minutes to go to the 90. 2-0. Rhinos dominating, taking their foot off the pedal in the second half. On Tlametsi, gone to the stands. Black Rhinos. Nomakosi Bofu is the player being substituted. Is Rutendo Neshamba. Rutendo Neshamba. And also a change made by double action. That is Khomoto Molefe. She comes on for Keseho Mandasa. Number 17 of double action.
Sundowns, as they will be taking on the Green Buffaloes, who wrapped up their campaign second in Group B. So it is a big match, because when you look at the stats between both these sides, it is 18 goals one side and 1 goal one side. And so this is what we are building up right now for the 2 o'clock kickoff. It is Aboyelo up against Green Buffaloes. It's gonna be a big battle here at the King Zwelithini Stadium. Well, I met up with both coaches ahead of the kickoff. Of course, Sundowns brings back their strong side that played in the first and the second game, and then Green Buffaloes fields an unchanged side, but only 2 changes in that substitute lineup. And this is what the coaches had to say. Coach, I appreciate your time. Just as I spoke to Coach Carol, the stats are tipping more in your favor. Does that mean anything going into today's game for you?
Alokhu kubaluleke kakhulu kithi njengoba igame yanamhlanje ibaluleke kakhulu igame yanamhlanje. Mele si switch off on kahle kahle, mele switch on, because labantu laba sibabonile ukuthi badlala kanjani. So the way baphasa ngakhona ibhola, the way bagijima ngakhona, strength wise, mele nje thina sidlale ibhola lethu the way sidlala ngakhona.
How will you maintain that discipline of your team, as you did say that you're coming against a very physical side, but you are also a side that's very quick on your wingers? How will you stay tactically disciplined?
Into zenza ukuthi sibe disciplined ukuthi nje calm it down, sidlale the way sidlala ngakhona, sidlale ibhola, circulate ibhola, si relax nje. Into ezosebenzela leyo.
Coach Agnes, all the best.
Ngiyabonga siswa.
Coach, appreciate your time. A big match today. It's do or die, Coach. How did you prepare for today's game?
We've always been looking forward to meet Mamelodi Sundowns, and now the day is here. So we'll be happy to see what our girls have to offer and what we prepared for, if it's going to come out.
Coach, when you look at the comparison of both the teams, 18 goals versus 1, how are you going to deal with the attack that will come from Sundowns?
That's not a threat to us. Just as I said earlier on, every game is a new game. They met different teams who had different abilities, also a different team altogether. So we've got something to offer as well, and that's what we're looking forward to see.
You field a strong team. Take me through some of those changes coming in today.
The same team that we started, the first 11, the changes have come in on the bench. Irene Lung is back on the substitute bench, and also Judith Soko is back. They've replaced Shelly Masumo and Margaret Chisenga. We believe they're going to add value to the team.
Thank you so much, Coach. All the best.
Thank you very much.
Well, it's the battle of the Titans here in the second game of the day. Coach is saying they're not worried about the attacking play of Sundowns, and with Sundowns, they're more concerned about playing their style of football. So in commentary, it will be Gloria Brown once again who's going to take us through to the second semi-final of the day. Kickoff after this.
I'm ready to explore KZN again, cruising along the banks of St. Lucia with the hippos.
Hey Gail, 5-star resorts and spas on Nottingham Road, KZN Midlands. Here we come.
I'm getting all pumped up in my 4x4 up Sani Pass.
We are so looking to the KZN skies with some hot air balloon action overlooking Giant's Castle. What could be better?
Sengyasbona, waved, riding off into the sunset for a safari adventure with the Big Five at Hluhluwe Mfolozi Park, especially to see the rhino.
KZN is yours to discover.
See it, believe it.
Match day number 7, game number 11. It's Mamelodi Sundowns of South Africa. They are up against the Green Buffaloes of Zambia. Beautiful weather's out there, 20-kilometer speed wind as we have a look at those trees, just to give you an indication of the way in which this game would be played. Players would be encouraged to put the ball on the ground and knock it about, as the players are being led out by our officials in this encounter and their respective captains. Mamelodi Sundowns come into this match with a 100% record, having scored 18 goals in 3 matches and conceding 1, a goal difference of 17. B, runners-up, Green Buffaloes. They played 2 matches with 1 win and 1 loss, 1 goal scored and 3 points. Zanele Ntapu will lead charges on the park, back into a familiar position. And here is Joanna Benai, the captain of Green Buffaloes, on the opposite end. It will be all down to the captains to make sure they navigate their way into the finals. Talking of which, the earlier semi-finals, it's Black Rhinos who get over the line and that's booked their spot. They are waiting for the winners in this match. Let's have a look at the lineup for Mamelodi Sundowns, and this is the team that Coach Agnes Nkosi puts forward. Felicitas Rabalau is in goal, Chantal Asau, as well as Oratile in the middle of the park, Andisiwe Mkoe, Morifi in the left-hand side, and Oratile will be making sure. Let's bring through the Green Buffaloes, Shama Mba and Atlas Piri, Memory Ntala, as well as Martha Mtembu. Capable bench for Coach Carol Kenyemba, the 2 coaches who get into this match. The 2 ladies coaches of the tournament. Captain Zanele Ntapu, as we introduce our officials, Itumeleng Metiga of Botswana, Botswalo from Botswana, and Sipiwa Nkosi Ngumalo from Eswatini. Here is Agnes Nkosi, born in Soweto, played for Fabulous and Mpumalanga Ladies. She's got 2 caps in the senior national team, also a former under-20 international. That is the captain of Mamelodi Sundowns, Zanele Ntapu. She wants to get into a huddle as quickly as possible. Yes, Carol Manyemba, the 34-year-old, also very generous and gracious in her appreciation of Mamelodi Sundowns. She says you're only as good as your last game. It is all systems go as Joanna Benai will lead her charges into the middle of the park and get into a huddle as quickly as possible. And you're looking at the teams that are at the business end of this tournament. 4 in total. We just wished farewell to the losers in the match. That is Double Action of Botswana. They will be making their way back home. And one would wait for 90 minutes to decide who will join Black Rhino Queens in the final of the inaugural Total Energies Women's Championship League, and that is in the Cosafa region. Mamelodi Sundowns in the familiar yellow and blue, attacking the goal from the left to the right of the screen. Green Buffaloes are in the green, and they are to attack from the right to the left. We're waiting for referee Matika to get us underway in what promised to be a mouth-watering clash. It is Mamelodi Sundowns and Green Buffaloes. Kingsway Latini has been the place to be for this tournament. The curtain will come down on Saturday, and that final will be televised on all the platforms: Cosafa TV, Vision View, SABC, and every other station that has been previously advised. Coming into this match with a 3-5-2 formation, Mamelodi Sundowns packing the midfield, trying to outmuscle their oppositions. Up front, Melinda Khariete and Andisiwe Mgoy are the two players that will be closely marked by Green Buffaloes. Them too, they come very industrious, very capable, very able. They say we've got the offensive players to try and counter that. They come in with a 4-3-3 formation. Joanna Benai, Lumbasi Pumulo, and Judith Zulu will have to be very critical and aware of the threat that Sundowns possesses coming from the middle. Here's Goy with her back to wall, and out to the far right-hand side, left-hand side is Chwane, who has the speed and does have the skill to eliminate defenders. But the homework is done. It is down to the wire, and Sundowns and Buffaloes promise a very, very entertaining match. Lerato Khasahu, who's motivated by Megan Rapinoe. You would know Megan. She's known as a player that fights for players' rights. Megan Rapinoe. Chantal Esau, born in Kimberley, player representing the Northwest. Martha Tembo says, I've got her work cut out for this afternoon. Ora Gundoin, Nonhlanhla Mthandi. Good turn on the edge of the box, but she has three players around her, does well to win it back. Chantal Esau needs to deliver quality ball. Onside is Nonhlanhla Mthandi. Available is Esau. Need another quality ball. Keeper called to come in, but Morifi, referee doesn't like the infringement. The flag is up. Flag was up. Morifi coming in. However, early signs. Taking the ball out wide is the strength of Mamelodi Sundowns. Keeping possession is the strength of Green Buffaloes. Martha Tembo takes her eye off the ball, and that allows possession to be turned in favor of Mamelodi Sundowns. Sundowns knocking at the door, and in no hurry. If nobody opens, they go all the way back to the plan and maybe bring in Oratile Mkwena. Zanele Nhlapu, also one of those defenders that plays with such calm. Call it a chief. Inspired by Rushinda Rook. Wanting to make history as Bambanani Mbane tries to shake off a challenge. Bambanani Mbane, very calm, very astute defender, very intelligent, will make use of the park, and one of those utility players that can play anywhere in the park. Gundain looking for the grasshopper. Murifi. Poison. Does she get the first touch to trouble the goalkeeper? Playing off her is Melinda Khariete. Oratile. Esau on the far right-hand side. Eliminates one. Picks her head up. Blind pass. On the edge. Down she goes. Referee gives the free kick. Melinda Khadiete. Esau. Bekelebeke is what they call her. Chantal Esau shakes. Born in Kimberley. She's got some lovely feet. She just plays the music. Lerato Khasago given the responsibility to take the set pieces. 3 players in the wall. Goalkeeper makes sure that she gets the angle right. The wall protects the first pole. Keeper protects the last pole. Angle permitting. First pole! Oh, didn't jump quick enough, but excellent execution going over the bar for Lerato Khasago. Nurtured at the High Performance Center as Lerato Khasago is part of the team under the guidance of Cheryl Boertes from 2007 to 2009. Playing very much as a lone striker is Ngoy. Support play has got to be quick to benefit off the high balls and perhaps even those that she holds up for an oncoming midfielder. Ora. Nonhlanhla Mthandi. Mbane. Ranel Club. The Chief. The Grasshopper. Morifi. Part of the Cosafa 2020 team. Khasago. Mokoena. She really is the engine in the team. Ora, she's either been involved in a goal or has been part of the build-up. When you look at the number of assists that Oratile has put together for the Sundowns team, absolutely impressive. Full of running, explosiveness is one of her areas that she has to work on. Chantal Esau is just giving the ref a bit of an indication that there's a bit of jersey tagging which is holding her back. And Martha, who's played 180 minutes prior to this match, is also been given the responsibility to keep an eye on Chantal Esau. The Terminator. Corner. Harassing the defenders. Agnes Musasa is going to have a day cut out. We'll get to see the battle between Puyol and Poison. Puyol and Poison. You can see the responsibilities given. Coming from deep and oh, Captain, who came in a bit late, got contact onto the ball with the inner step, but didn't just get it on target. That ball continued to rise. Tandi Agnes Nkosi, the 34-year-old coach on the bench. Interesting, in the semi-final, 2 ladies are in charge, and that I'm sure CAF will be very happy about, to see the development of the women coaches on the continent. They continue to assist in terms of the requirements. Morifi creates the space, creates the speed that she needs, and it is Iniesta. Yes, Carol Kanyemba speaks very fondly of the opposite side, Mamelodi Sundowns. It's been a dream for her to play against Mamelodi Sundowns, is what she says. And 2 deserving sides. Although one can look and say a very stuttering entry made by Green Buffaloes into the semi-finals, they left it late against Tura Magic, winning by 1 goal to 0. Apple hacks it away. Uncharacteristic of Zanele. Normally she plays with such calm and has the space. High press, forcing her to change her tactics and apply the safety first. Karabo Mahurovic, coming from the Limpopo province, born in Bolobedu. Last touch of a green jersey. Teresa Chene will get the thumbs up from the coach to say close up from the front. Chewe gaining ground. It's Mamelodi Sundowns. Mahurovic finds Nonhlanhla Mthandi. Nklapo. Mbane is available. They will build from the back and patiently at that. Khadiete Mthandi Oratile is eliminated, goes all the way to Nklapo. Mahurovic, Esau, strong left foot, but has the ability to play with both feet. Ora, very calm, but sends Mbane to maybe go defensively. Not often do they take the ball and have a negative pass. Here's Cosafa, leaves the ball behind, and it's Joanna Benai who will make good use. Iniesta for Buffaloes. Agnes Piri, born in Mendere and also played for Bauleni Unitas. Tillo, with 10-10 is her nickname. Nonhlanhla Mthandi finds Esau. Oh, the jersey speaks volumes. They call her Shakes, and you can see the reason why. She's got some lovely music being played, but so is Oratile pulling the orchestra. They have a capable bench as Mamelodi Sundowns. Also, you're looking at players on the bench. Tusi Mashiho, Talia Schmidt, Nebohang Mabate, Regina Mokholola, and Boitumelo Rabala. Some of the players, Lilola Daweti, if called upon, they can come and do the business. Agnes says, we have a mission, and that mission is to join Black Rhino Queens in the final, the first ever. And playing in South Africa, they will be bullish about that. They are the Cosafa champions, and why not? Majority of these players are in the current national team or have played in the under-20. Keeper spotted off a line as Chewe tried to chip Asa, watched it all the way. Playing with the wind behind them, Green Buffaloes will have to make use of the possession that they have. Oratile, just 20 years of age. Esau, Chantel wants the return pass. Nonhlanhla Mthandi. Buffaloes defense so far standing firm. Mulenga. Just one player up front, Teresa Chewe. They're going to have to improve their support play. With Chewe up front as a lone striker, up against 3 defenders, that's been made to look very difficult. Oratile, Sundowns have the numbers going forward, watching a line. But here is Malin Mulenga. Intercepted by Hasaho. Chewe. This is the support play that is lacking for Chewe. Under pressure, then forced to pass the ball to Mamelodi Sundowns. Morifi, whose defensive game certainly needs a little bit of improvement, just to drop a little bit deeper. Formation that she's playing out wide is one that would require. Last touch off Esau. Ora, Chantel, Mahurubech, Ntapo, Bambanani Mbane, Morif is available. Cosafa calls for it. They want to dominate. They want to draw Buffaloes, and they're not biting. Staying firm. The responsibility on Buffaloes to get out of their half. Drawing Sundowns into their half might not be a good idea. You can't defend for 90 minutes. However, perhaps the transitional game is one that will be unleashed by Coach Carroll. Cosafa. Do we get to see the yellow card? Beauty Metija says no. Let's just educate. Cosafa. Ora. Wins it back. Falls for Memory. Iniesta's available. Need to just run into plays. Good control by Mbane. The captain is available. Gives you the options to say, when you are in trouble, just please look up. I'm available. The space has opened up. Hospital pass. Esau says, carry the ball. Come closer with the ball. 38 goals scored in 11 matches. 10 matches so far. Mahurubechi. 6-0 Sundowns against Double Action. 6-0 Sundowns against Lesotho Defence Force. 6-1 Sundowns against Manzini Wanderers. 18 goals before coming into this match. Green Buffaloes lost 3-0, 2-0, and they won 1-0 against Tura Magic. Just one goal was scored to get to the semi-finals. Melinda Khadiete and Siwem Koi, who are the leading goal scorers of the tournament. They are also the two players that have got a hat-trick in this tournament, vying for that golden boot, the individual awards, also goalkeeper of the tournament, player of the tournament. It's a battle out there. Chantal Esau is on 2 goals. Lelona Daweti is on 3 goals. She's on the bench for Mamelodi Sundowns. Offside flag. It's a new dawn. It's a new era. A massive step for all women on the continent. Driving football into the right direction. One would say it's about time. Cosafa, who have been over the past 5 or 6 years dominant force in terms of leading women's football. We look at an offside, 2 offside for Mamelodi Sundowns. Esau taking an eye off the ball. Apologizes to her teammates. We've got some competitions that run aligned with the FIFA competitions. The under-17, which was unveiled in Mauritius, the first, and they also have the under-20 tournament that has been played in Gqeberha over the years, the senior tournament that will take place on the from the 28th of September, that will be played in Gqeberha. So they could continue to drive the ladies' game. Not only the ladies' game, they're also very passionate about what happens in the region. With all the age groups. Ora. Nonhlanhla Mthandi. Overcooked by Ora. Anywhere will do. not to allow any pressure to dictate how she should play. Applying safety first. Lushumo Mwimba. Mbale, Murifi, drawing them out. Eliminates another, needs a cross. And instead gets a corner. Corner to Sundowns. Aisha Bwana with 28 national caps, born in Kanusha. Corner taken. Delivery, first pole on the edge of the box, Mbane. A defender's strike. One can not put too much of pressure on Bambanani. Juice. 20 minutes. This is the first match for Mamelodi Sundowns where they haven't scored in the first 20 minutes. That speaks about the planning of the coaches. As Iniesta loses out, Ora. Chairway has the numbers. Memory is available. Outnumbered, but Tambane will force her back. Atnas Piri. Iniesta showing some too much of the ball for Ora. Here's Martha Tembo. Tembo plays Judith. And for Asa, focus has got to be at a high level for the goalkeepers. One on target for Green Buffaloes. Molenga. Forced backwards. Atnas. Andisiwe fights and she's taken out. Gets the free kick. Once she gets that turn and in full flight, Andisiwe gets a pact on her back from Atnas, but it's Agnes who just decided that she will stop Andisiwe Mgoy. Well, a fitness fanatic is Andisiwe Mgoy. When she played for FC Mitrovica out in in Albania, she was given the responsibility to be the fitness trainer as well of the team. Given also or appointed as the second coach for FC Mitrovica. She was then asked to lend her experience to a team out in Kosovo together with Zanel and Tlapu. The two musketeers are joint on the hips, played for the same team for most of the time. When you talk of experience and you talk of around the world, look, Andisiwe Mgoy has played in Budapest, she's played in Germany, she's played in Albania and played in Kosovo. So that speaks about the experience. Malenga, Asa, former Bluebirds, is part of a team that continues to rise in Alexandra Township. Melinda Khadiete, Nonhlanhla Mthandi, Mkwena, Esau, picking at the players and putting the how long can this take? How long can they take? As Agnes Musase already looks very, very tired and very alert. Carol Kanyemba will look on and will hope that Agnes Musase and Lushumo Mwemba don't break, as Sundowns is trying to knock at the door and breaking off small pieces of this defense. Atnas Piri and Martha Tembo, never have they been drilled at training in terms of being defensive minded. They knew what is coming at them. 39% for Green Buffaloes. When we look at the FIFA rankings, they tell the story. South Africa is the highest ranked team in the Cosafa region at 55. Green Buffaloes, who were at 104, hopping 10 places because of their heroics at the Olympics, now find themselves at 94, according to FIFA. Oratil, Khasago, strong for Andisiwe Mgoy, and the foul is given. Oh, Martha Tembo is grimacing in pain, but the referee allowing play to continue. Andisiwe Mgoy and player still grimacing on the park. The Terminator. Martha Tembo, Terminator. She's just switched the lights off. Andisiwe Mgoy, who went into that challenge and didn't pull out. You can see that there was definitely going to be a casualty. It's been made to be difficult out there for the ladies. Wonderful weather as they continue to start their stuff. The wind has gone down a bit from 20 kilometers. We are looking at the bench for Zambia. Loveness Mulunga, Annie Kimbaji, and Judith Soko, who's found her way back to the side after a little bit of an illness. You also got Ethel Chama and Irene Lungu. Player being stretched off, not something we like to see. It will be a very frantic moment for the technical bench of Green Buffaloes. They want to make sure that Martha Tembo is quickly attended to. She's played in every single match so far. Esau gets the talking to, but I think the referee's got that one wrong. It's Andisiwe Mgoy, and she smiles because she knows she's taking one for the team. But nevertheless, Chantal Esau, Martha, certainly there's some confusion on the touchline. Martha Tembo still receiving some treatment as Lushumo Mwimba has just played one game for Green Buffaloes. She's going to have to step into that left back position. Karabo Makhurubej. This is one young player with a strong head on her shoulders. She's currently studying a master's degree in psychology. That is Karabo Makhurubej, 22 years of age. You know, she donned the jersey of Naledi Juventus, and Tapelo Morena has influenced her so much. I wonder though if the Sundowns ladies are forced to have a favorite player from their senior team, because majority of them have got some sort of association. Klapo says Rushin Daruk is her favorite player. You look at a few other players. But it's good to see Bambanani Mbane says my favorite player is Lit Abika. And you can go back and when you look at the teams that Mbane has played for, she played for Bloemfontein Celtic. So that is where that influence came in. Not forgetting that she also played for Dynamo Minsk out in Belarus. Murifi, quality ball, almost where they wanted it. Chantal Esau delivers yet again. That doesn't give them the positive result they want. Melinda Khadiete and the Siwem Goy are asking for the supply. Chantal Esau is saying, I can deliver it on a platter. All you need to do is put it home. Chantal Esau. Let's have a look at the earlier move that was put together. Murifi whipped that ball in a header from Lushumo, which fell kindly to Chantal Esau. Didn't get a hold of it. Nonhlanhla Mthandi, much better. Oratile. Oh, strong return pass from Koi. Coming off and aware that she was in an offside position. Nonhlanhla Mthandi, a lot better. No information given. Oratile pickpocketed. She'll give chase. Martha Mtemu, good to see her back on the field. Schumer. Nonhlanhla Mthandi is feeling the pain. Nonhlanhla Mthandi. This is the second semi-final of this competition as we get to the knockout phases. Black Rhino Queens have booked their spot. They're waiting for the winner between these two. Nonhlanhla Mthandi receiving treatment and she'll be helped off the park. But I can bet my last dollar she'll be back in the action. Penalties, should this game be undecided after 90 minutes? Straight to penalties. Chantal. Header away. Iniesta. Mbane. Oratile picks a head up. Finds Esau with acres of space. There's no friendship on the park. Oratile. Mbane is available. Stayed up front. Khadiete. Murifi. A little bit of too much, too close to the goalkeeper. How long can they continue to defend is the question for Aisha Mbwana. How long can they hold up before they crack? Mamelodi Sundowns, are they being frustrated by Green Buffaloes? 32 minutes. Unfazed as Green Buffaloes. The game is definitely based on the defensive-minded side. They knew that they need to blunt those strikers who have had a free scoring day at the office in the previous 3 games. Chawa. Here's the moment that we've been waiting for. Keeper almost beaten. This is the question that we've been asking of Mamelodi Sundowns defense. They haven't been pressurized throughout this tournament. Coming close. Judith Zulu. Malin Mulenga. That will be an encouraging move for the coach. Coach Carol Kamenda. Nonhlanhla Mthandi. Mbane. Get the numbers. Here's Iniesta laying it back. And a tame shot taken. Judith Zulu needs a little bit more time on the ball. Joanna Benai doesn't need as much time. When she sees the opportunity, she lets rip. Need to get it on target. 8 attempts at goal. Strangely enough, more dominant is Green Buffaloes. On target, it's Green Buffaloes. Coach Jerry Shabalala, who's basically responsible for the nurturing of this team in the Hollywood Bet Super League, is on the bench. Will be screaming from the stands. Agnes Musase. He'll be very disappointed thus far. There's a corner. Murifi to take the corner. Goy. Players down. It looks like Lushumo Mwimba taking a knock on the head, and the referee was very, very quick to respond. And that is one injury that doesn't need any invitation onto the field. Beauty Meticha of Botswana, and that's the clash between Mgoy and Lushumo. Referee just wanting the player to be taken off the field and the game to continue. I'm sure head is buzzing. In South Africa, we call that load shedding. When the lights go out. Coach is just giving instructions and making sure that the players are alert. 36 minutes. It's good to see Lushumo. She'll have to come to the center line and get back into play. I'm not sure if that is correct by the player to just come in from there, unless the referee has given an indication. Goy. That was an interesting turn for Andisiwe. Hoping for a runner. Goalkeeper's boots coming off. Agnes just helping a goalkeeper who's got the gloves on. Get those boots tied on. It's too much of work for a goalkeeper to get down and tie those laces with the gloves. She'll have to take the gloves off. She'll have to make sure it's more time wasted. So obliging to help a teammate is Agnes Musase, just making sure she knots that nice and tight. Is Carol Kanyemba. The bounce of the ball. Tandi. Oh, and for Agnes, heavy control. Boy gives chase, so does the keeper. Andisiwe, who's been really behind a number of challenges, a number of tackles. She gives as much as she can get. Oratile. Chantal Esau, happy feet. Can I share a secret with you? My producer simply loves this player. It's Chantal Esau. Gundwine, currently a student at UNISA. Oratile, born in Garankuwa. really got an abundance of experience. You know, when you send your players out on the international circuit, you can only but appreciate the experience they acquire. Just part of the World Cup in 2017, the Under-17 World Cup in 2018, that is Mokoena. And, gradually made her way. Cosafa, the senior team, has got the Under-19 caps, or the Under-20 caps, 19 of those. And, her favorite player is Mamelodi, and the reason for that is they almost play in a similar position. The difference is that this is a younger version thereof. Andy and Chantel not on the same page. The idea was to lay that ball to allow for a run by Chantel. Some tired legs out there. Lushumo is the player down, not forgetting that she did take a knock on the head in that challenge against with Andisiwe Mgoy, that is Lushumo, and she's back on her knees, but oh no, there's definitely a problem, and she's perhaps the hair also going into the eyes. Sundowns will get the throw in. Possession turned away. Another bite at that. Karabo Makurovic, Limpopo representative in this team. Ntapo, Asa, Barnes available. Almost being played in a half ground. Your preza or your coach will tell you, keep putting that pressure. They are going to crack. Kasako couldn't capitalize. Two minds almost losing her footing is Lerato Kasako. And she did well to stay on her feet, but look at this pass. It's deliciously laid on a platter for Khadiet, for Kasako. And oh, she knows. And perhaps in the mind of Lerato Kasako, she'll tell you, if I was a little bit taller, maybe I could have reached that with the bigger stride. So 5 minutes, 0-0 the scoreline. It's tighter than expected. They have dealt with the poison. They have dealt with Melinda Khariete. They have dealt with Marifi and Chantel Esau. Definitely a much improved performance at the office for Green Buffaloes. Slow starters in the tournament, but here they are. As free scoring as Mamelodi Sundowns was in the 3 round robin matches, they're finding it very difficult. Here's Andisiwe Mgoy. Martha. Mulenga. Last touch of Makurovic. Ora Mbane, Kasako, Murifi, nurtured at the High Performance Center. As Lerato Khasaho is part of the team there under the guidance of Cheryl Boertes from 2007 to 2009. Playing very much as a lone striker is Ngoy. Support play has got to be quick to benefit off the high balls and perhaps even those that she holds up for an oncoming midfielder. Ora. Nonhlanhla Mthandi. Mbane. Ranele Nhlav, the chief. The grasshopper. Morifi, part of the Cosafa 2020 team. Khasago. Mokoena. She really is the engine in the team. Ora, she's either been involved in a goal or has been part of the build-up. When you look at the number of assists that Oratile has put together for the Sundowns team, absolutely impressive. Full of running, explosiveness is one of her areas that she has to work on. Chantal Esau is just giving the ref a bit of an indication that there's a bit of jersey tagging which is holding her back. And Martha, who's played 180 minutes prior to this match, is also been given the responsibility to keep an eye on Chantal Esau. The Terminator. Corner. Harassing the defenders. Agnes Musasa is going to have her day cut out. We'll get to see the battle between Puyol and Poison. Puyol and Poison. You can see the responsibility is given. Coming from deep and oh, Captain, who came in a bit late, got contact onto the ball with the inner step, but didn't just get it on target. That ball continued to rise. Tandi Agnes Nkosi, the 34-year-old coach on the bench. Interesting in the semi-final, two ladies are in charge, and that I'm sure CAF will be very happy about, to see the development of the women coaches on the continent. They continue to assist in terms of the requirements. Morifi creates the space, creates the speed that she needs, and it is Iniesta. Yes, Carol Kanyemba speaks very fondly of the opposite side, Mamelodi Sundowns. It's been a dream for her to play against Mamelodi Sundowns, is what she says. And two deserving sides, although one can look and say a very stuttering entry made by Green Buffaloes into the semi-finals. They left it late against Dura Magic, winning by 1-0. Apple hacks it away. Uncharacteristic of Zanele. Normally she plays with such calm and has the space. The high press forcing her to change her tactics and apply the safety first. Karabo Mahurovic, coming from the Limpopo province, born in Bolobedu. Last touch of a green jersey. Teresa Chene will get the thumbs up from the coach to say close up from the front. Chewe gaining ground. It's Mamelodi Sundowns. Mahurovic finds Nonhlanhla Mthandi. Nklapo. Mbane is available. They will build from the back and patiently at that. Khadiete Mthandi Oratile is eliminated, goes all the way to Nklapo. Mahurovic Esau. Strong left foot, but has the ability to play with both feet. Ora. Very calm, but sends Mbane to maybe go defensively. Not often do they take the ball and have a negative pass. Here's Cosafa, leaves the ball behind, and it's Joanna Benai who will make good use. Iniesta for Buffaloes. Agnes Piri, born in Mendere, and also played for Bauleni Unitas. Tillo, with 1010 is her nickname. Tandi finds Esau. Oh, the jersey speaks volumes. They call her Shakes, and you can see the reason why. She's got some lovely music being played, but so is Oratile pulling the orchestra. They have a capable bench as Mamelodi Sundowns. Also, you're looking at players on the bench. Tusi Mashiho, Talia Schmidt, Nebohang Mabatre, Regina Mokholola, and Boitumelo Rabala. Some of the players, Lilola Daweti, if called upon, they can come and do the business. Agnes says, we have a mission, and that mission is to join Black Rhino Queens in the final, the first ever. And playing in South Africa, they will be bullish about that. They are the Cosafa champions, and why not? Majority of these players are in the current national team or have played in the under-20. Keeper spotted off a line as Chawe tried to chip Asa, watched it all the way, playing with the wind behind them. Green Buffaloes will have to make use of the possession that they have. Oratile, just 20 years of age. Esau, Chantel wants the return pass. Nontantlam Tandi. Buffaloes defense so far standing firm. Malenga. Just one player up front, Teresa Chewe. They're gonna have to improve their support play. With Chewe up front as a lone striker, up against three defenders, that's been made to look very difficult. Oratile, Sundowns have the numbers going forward, watching a line, but here is Malin Mulenga. Intercepted by Cosafa. Chewe. This is the support play that is lacking for Chewe. Under pressure, then forced to pass the ball to Mamelodi Sundowns. Morifi, whose defensive game certainly needs a little bit of improvement, just to drop a little bit deeper. Formation that she's playing out wide is one that would require. Last touch of Esau. Ora, Chantel, Mahurubech, Ntapo, Bambanani Mbane, Morif is available. Cosafa calls for it. They want to dominate, they want to draw Buffaloes, and they're not biting. Staying firm, the responsibility on Buffaloes to get out of their half. Drawing Sundowns into their half might not be a good idea. You can't defend for 90 minutes. However, perhaps the transitional game is one that will be unleashed by Coach Carroll. Cosafa, do we get to see the yellow card? Beauty Meticha says no, let's just educate. Cosafa. Ora wins it back falls for Memory. Iniesta's available. Need to just run into plays. Good control by Mbane. The captain is available. Gives you the options to say, when you are in trouble, just please look up. I'm available. The space has opened up. Hospital pass. A sound says, carry the ball. Come closer with the ball. 38 goals scored in 11 matches. 10 matches so far. Mahurubechi. 6-0 Sundowns against Double Action. 6-0 Sundowns against Lesotho Defence Force. 6-1 Sundowns against Manzini Wanderers. 18 goals before coming into this match. Green Buffaloes lost 3-0, 2-0, and they won 1-0 against Tura Magic. Just one goal was scored to get to the semi-finals. Melinda Khadiete and Siwe Mkoy, who are the leading goal scorers of the tournament. They are also the two players that have got a hat-trick in this tournament, vying for that golden boot, the individual awards, also goalkeeper of the tournament, player of the tournament. It's a battle out there. Chantal Esau is on 2 goals. Lelona Daweti is on 3 goals. She's on the bench for Mamelodi Sundowns. Offside flag.
I'm ready to explore KZN again, cruising along the banks of St. Lucia with the hippos.
Hey gal, 5-star resorts and spas on Nottingham Road, KZN Midlands. Here we come.
I'm getting all pumped up in my 4x4 up Sani Pass.
We are so looking to the KZN skies with some hot air balloon action overlooking Giant's Castle. What could be better?
Sengyasbon, Wevad, riding off into the sunset for a safari adventure with the Big 5 at Hluhluwe Mfolozi Park, especially to see the rhino.
KZN is yours to discover.
See it. Believe it.
One-0 the scoreline in the second semi-final of the Total Energies Women's Championship, the Cosafa region. Melinda Khadiete getting onto the score sheet. That was a very well-worked ball coming from the left-hand side. And you look at Green Buffaloes, they've really been a defensive side, and bringing on the first change as Lelona Daweti is the player that has come on Chantal Esau has given way. Lilona Daweti is to give them more width and take the game to Green Buffaloes. It is all systems go at the Kings Wellatini Stadium. Black Rhino Queens have already advanced to the finals of this competition. It is Green Buffaloes that get us underway. Very tight. Scoreline 1-0. Green Buffaloes, who have been on the back foot for majority of the 45 minutes. It had to take 44 minutes before Mamelodi Sundowns finds the back of the net. Mbane Oratile in the middle of the park. If you are just joining you, the lineup is Mbane Mchapo Makurubechi in defense. Hasaho Mukwena Mtandi in the middle of the park. Murifi Khariete and now Lilona Daweti. Andisiwe Mkoy is the lone striker. Ilona gets a first touch. Khariete also worked hard as Makhurubetsi. Mbane brings in a captain. Oratile is working in that space in the midfield and capitalizing at that, playing rather freely in her role. Makhurubetsi, so throw in for Sundowns. $19 goals scored by Sundowns thus far. Melinda